Mood and ambience play a huge role in synthwave production. Pads are a great tool to help us with that. In this video, I'll show you how to use a fixed chord shape with a pad to achieve this kind of backdrop. Let's do it. For this tutorial, we'll use a 4-bar chord progression in A minor that consists of 1 bar of A minor, 1 bar of G major, and 2 bars of F major. The tempo is 112 BPM. We have a simple kick and snare pattern along with the bass playing root notes in eighths. It sounds like this. We could simply draw the respective chords in our MIDI editor, assign it to a pad sound we like, and call it a day. But that's not what we'll do here. Instead, we'll use one chord shape and drag it across our entire progression. This is why we call it a fixed chord shape, because it doesn't change with the progression. There are two things worth noting about this. Number one, even though the pad is playing just one chord throughout the progression, once we couple it with the bass line, to our ears it sounds like the chords are indeed changing. In fact, from a music theory perspective, if we analyze the bass and the chords together, we'll end up with extended versions of our original chords, but we won't get too technical about this today. Number two, each individual note of our fixed chord shape will sound dissonant against a certain bass note and consonant against another. This ever-changing internal tension and resolution is what makes this technique so fascinating and useful to creating interesting backdrops for a track. The first fixed chord shape we'll try out is the tonic chord of the key, in this case A minor. Using any pad patch we like, this is how it sounds. This right here sounds very good to me. Next, we'll move each of the chord notes to the next scale tone above or below. We'll do this note by note and stop along the way to see what we like. Make a mental note of the mood or feeling you get with each variation. Let's first raise the fifth of the chord. This sounds a little dissonant on A minor and G, but consonant on F. Let's now try lowering the top note E down to D. This sounds nice. A little mysterious. Okay, let's put this note back where it was originally. Let's now play with the third. Let's raise it up to D. I like this one. It's got like a darkness to it. Alright, let's then bring it down from its original C to B. This one also sounds mysterious, eerie. Alright, let's now play with the root note A. First, we'll bring it up to B. I really like this one. I know I've said I've liked all the ones that have come before, but this one has a special character for me. It's eerie, unsettling. Let's experiment with bringing this note down from A to G. So this is the dreamy sound that I was hoping to find. So far, this is the one that I like the most. What we'll do now is raise it an octave so we can hear it a little better. Let's listen. Oh yeah, right there. That's very, very nice. Very cool. We can give this some more movement by engaging an LFO tool. So it pulses with a kick. Alternatively, we can take the same chord and move multiple notes at once and listen for anything interesting. So here, I'll just start moving some of these notes at the same time to see if I can find something that I like. Let's raise the E. I like that. I know that I liked lowering this A down to G, but on a higher octave, so I'm going to do that now. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see if I can bring this down to A to see what happens. I don't like it there. How about D? No, I'm not feeling it there. Let's bring this back down to A. Instead of G, bring it down to E. There's a dissonance here that's not resolved, but anyway, this is how to experiment with this concept. After exploring with the tonic chord, we can then try out this same technique with the other chords in the progression, one by one, and stopping to listen to each variation. For now, I'll just show you how the other chords sound in their default root shape, without variations. This is what it sounds like with G as the fixed chord shape. Is a very different character than what we got when we started with A minor. It's a little too dissonant for my taste, at least on the F chord. This is what it sounds like with F as a fixed chord shape. This variation, I like how it's dissonant on the G chord. That dissonance is resolved once we get to the F chord. Nice. As you could hear, depending on the chord and the variation we used, you can get some very interesting and moody results. Experiment a lot with this and use your ears to pick which variation suits your track the best. Watch this next video here, where I'll show you how to create pads with movement and excitement.